Hello everybody, this is your boy coming at you with a new video pertaining to the NFL draft that just recently came and went. Um, so many things has happened between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I was able to go out and have a little fun on Saturdays with my with a friend of mine's, and we had a hell of a day. We went to see the Avengers Endgame, and that movie did so extraordinarily well. It sold out, and it was one of them better movies. I mean, I can't really tell you how it ended or how it begun. All I can say is the movie was 3 hours long, so it is a doozy. And to all you guys who are fans of of the movies, go check it out. But anyway, enough with that, and go ahead and get back to the NFL draft, like I promised you guys. Okay. Um, with the 22nd pick via trade from number 25, which what the Eagles have had, and they traded with, I think they were Baltimore. Baltimore had number 22 pick, and the Eagles traded up, and Baltimore traded down for extra picks. So with the 22nd pick via 25 of the 2019 NFL Draft, the Eagles selected Andre Dillard, the guy at 6'5", 6'6", 315 pounds, from the University of Washington State. First pick, and now I'm gonna say this right quick, and I want you guys to understand. I was one of those guys who actually wanted a running back. Um, I forgot the boy named Josh. I think it's Josh Adams. I think that's his name, Josh Adams or Josh Johnson. I think it's Josh Adams. But anyway, Eagles want a running back, and I'm sorry, not the Eagles. Well, yeah, the Eagles, they wanted a running back, but apparently they changed their mind and went with a tackle because of the situation that concerns um, JP, aka Jason Peters. The last couple of years, he has been injured prone. When the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, his season ended, and when the Eagles played last season, he was in and out of the lineup. He couldn't stay healthy for nothing. So that's just the signature of age. He's 34 years old, going 35. He believes he can play 5 more years in the league at guard, which is probably true. So if he can go to 40 years at tackle, that would be an NFL record for him and the Eagles and among the NFL. Because not many tackles survive 40 years old going towards the end of their careers. And so the Eagles draft this guy to take Peter's place eventually, but I don't think the Eagles are going to. Well, yeah, they probably will, because he wants to play guard to finish out his career. He can't play tackle. If the Eagles do choose to put him at guard, that'll prolong his career for the next 3 or 4 more years until he decides to retire. But the Eagles also have two other guys, well, four actually. Um, some Melu Malu, whatever his name is. He's a Hawaiian. The Eagles drafted to play guard. Word is that he's going to be that position. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. And then the Eagles got, and then there's another guy the Eagles had drafted who was okay. I can't figure out the board name for to save my life, but we do have two guys we drafted last year. The guy is a rugby player from Australia. His name is Mayata or something like that. And he had one guy named Matt Pryor that Eagles drafted from college as well. So between those two, Matt Pryor is more likely to play guard or tackle as a backup, and the other guy, the rugby player, probably ain't going to play no time soon because they believe that he's not ready to take over at right or left tackle because of the situation, because he has been playing rugby ball for so long. Don't get me wrong, the guy is truly talented. A lot of people believe he probably can play in the NFL, but it'll take a little bit more time for him to mature into that position. So that's why the Eagles drafted Andre Dillard, 6'5" or 6'6", 315 pounds. The number 22nd pick via 25 overall trade for Baltimore. I think he's gonna do extraordinarily well in the NFL because he is pro ready. He has been in the league. He's been at the college level 4 years. So he's a 4 year starter. So he's more likely ready to start immediately. So I hope that he does do a hell of a job at right tackle. I'm sorry, right tackle, left tackle, because right tackle belongs to the other dude. I can't think of his name right off the bat, but y'all know his. He's the right tackle. Then guy had to be able to play left tackle. So we'll see how that works out in the OTAs, training camps, and preseason games. And with the number 20, with the second round pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, second round pick number 53, the Eagles selected running back Mike Sanders from Penn State. You got it, y'all, Penn State. And this guy has the chance to be a starter right away as well. And he's 5'11", 211 pounds. And I think he can start right away. But it depends on how well he pick up the offense, because he is very explosive in the open field. I don't think he is fast as LeSean McCoy or Shady once was in the prime of his career, on the latter part of his career. I don't think he's that fast, but I think he can be. It depends on how well he pick up the schemes, the blocking schemes for holes to be open and burst right through. We see how that work out with him. But the Eagles also have some more running backs on the roster. Let's start with Sproles. The Eagles are not quite sure what to do with Sproles right now. But with the drafting of Mike Sanders, it's a possibility he might not be back with the Eagles. So he might want to sign with another team. And then we got Smallwood, who we drafted 4 years ago. But this will be his 4th year with the Eagles. He's been in our lineup, injured prone. His first year, 2016. Yeah, this would be his 4th year in the league. 2016, when he was drafted, he was supposed to become the starter right away. He came out of the University of West Virginia. And he had some bad things to say about the Eagles years before he got drafted, but he kind of changed his mind after that. So he able to apologize to the organization for what he had said in the past via getting drafted by the Eagles. So he has, and I'm not quite sure how that's gonna last with him. Maybe he may be the one to get the bucket to get kicked out of here. And then we also got Clement, and Clement is a very good favorite of mine. This guy, Clement has speed. He has speed all the way around. He's probably the best receiving back the Eagles have on the roster at this time. And he has the ability to catch the ball in space, run it. And we also have Jordan Howard, who we got from via trade from Chicago for, I think, a 5th round pick is what I want to say. I think he was a 5th. I think the Eagles gave him a 5th round. Gave Chicago a 5th round pick for him, and the Eagles sent and Chicago sent the pick to us. Jordan Howard and a pick via trade for the 5th round pick, which people believe that if Jordan Howard run real well with the Eagles this year, if he start like 75 to 80% of the games come next year, that pick becomes a 4th round pick. So that could probably hurt, but it depends on how that goes. And he's also playing under a 1-year deal with the Eagles. He's still under rookie contract as well. And the Eagles might let him go. It depends on how well Mike Sanders pick up the offense. And do the Eagles have faith in Mike Sanders? Or do the Eagles have to re-sign Jordan Howard, or let Jordan Howard go and stick with Josh Adams, who is also the other running back on the roster, who I believe has a good chance to start. Now, Josh Adams is 6'2", 6'3", somewhere along over there, 235 pounds, I believe. I think he has the ability to put on some strength, put on some muscle, and learn the offense, get better run for the offense, pick the offense up, pick up your holes and run. So, when preseason comes around, that's going to be a very vital point for all these running backs that are going to be on the roster, except for Sanders, who just came into the league as a 2nd round pick. So Sanders ain't going nowhere. It's the other 3 guys that's a more concern. Clement, Adams, and Clement, Adams, and Smallwood. Those three guys right there are going to be on the bubble for after the preseason because the Eagles have to keep at least 4 running backs on the roster. They got to keep 4 because each 4 is going to have a change of pace for as getting the ball run or catching out of the backfield or being able to pick up blocks, blitzes, and block properly. Word is that Mike Sanders has a pretty good chance of becoming a better blocker because he is an underrated blocker. So he may be the better blocker of them all. We know Josh Adams. We know Josh Adams can block, and we also know that Jordan Howard can block. Smallwood's a good blocker too. So, but like I said, it could be a bubble for those 3. And with Mike Sanders that's just coming aboard, he's still in the running. So we see how they work out with those guys as well. There's one more running back. I think Pumphrey is also on the bubble as well because that's a guy the Eagles drafted 2 years ago. Last year the Eagles cut him loose because he wasn't able to pick up the offense, and he wound up signing with another team, and the other team released him, and the Eagles brought him back again and put him on the practice squad. So I'm not quite sure how well Pumphrey is going to mature this time around, but the Eagles are going to need some punt returners, some kickoff returners, and they're also going to need some guys that can block and pick up blitzes, run the ball between the tackles, and catch the ball out of the backfield. So a lot is going to be active with these guys when preseason comes around, or in training camp for that matter. Now, with that being said, with the other second round pick, the Eagles picked, with the second round pick of 2019 NFL Draft, pick number 57, the Eagles selected wide receiver J.J. Arcega-Whitehead. 6'2", 223 pounds, out of Stanford. This was one of our other second round picks that the Eagles had. We had 2 second round picks. I believe the Eagles could have gambled one of the second round picks and moved in the first round and got somebody else, but they didn't. They stayed where they are, but moved up 3 spots. After having the 25th pick, they moved up 3 spots, number 22, to get Andre Dillard, as I told you guys earlier in the video. But this guy here has pretty good speed after contact. From what I've been told, he's a pretty good blocker downfield. He is an excellent receiver. He can run routes pretty well. So with that being said, this guy can have a chance to learn from some of the other receivers on our roster, Alshon Jeffries, and the reacquiring of Deshaun Jackson. He can pick up them 3 guys, and it will actually them 2 guys because they're the veterans of the squad. And then let's not forget Aguilar, who's also the other veteran of the squad. So he'll be able to sit back and watch these guys play and pick up all of the schemes and forward running routes concerned and blocking downfield, such and such. So we see how to work out with him. And the Eagles didn't have a 3rd round pick. They had it. The 3rd round pick was traded to another team, but they did have a 4th round pick, and they picked up. With the 4th round pick of the NFL Draft, the Eagles picked up pick 138, defensive lineman Sharif Miller. Now this guy is actually pretty tall. He's 6'4", 254 pounds. I watched this guy play at Penn State, and he's a very good defensive end. He can play outside and inside. But at 254, he might have to put on probably 10 more pounds to make it 264, where he can take on blocking schemes of offensive tackles to get to the quarterback or to get to the running back, depends on who has the ball. And I think he's going to be an excellent player. And we also have another guy, Joshua Sweat from Florida State from last year. He probably around the same time. Both guys are 6'4", 6'5", and they weight about the same. So he was last year's pick, and he was doing pretty well up until his injury season, and he was out the rest of the season, and now that will lead to the Eagles to draft this guy. Even though we do have Fletcher Cox, we do have Brandon Graham, we have the guy that the Eagles signed for 3 years, $30 million. I forgot the board name. I can't say the name right off the bat, but you know who I'm talking about. And there's quite a few other defensive ends and defensive tackles that he can sit back and learn from. I think he has a chance to be a starter right away, probably in the next 2 years. He might want to play inside more than outside, but we see how that works with him because this guy has a pretty good rush ability. He can go. He has the ability to do swing moves. He has the ability to run up the field and take on offensive guards and centers and get right on the side. And he has the ability to wipe their arms away of offensive tackles to get to the quarterback. So they can get actually pretty good to be a rookie. And I think he's going to do extraordinarily well. I think the Eagles have done pretty well so far in drafting this guy because we did need another defensive end or tackle. So they got the defensive lineman. They said defensive lineman, but I think he's gonna play inside and outside. He has the ability to do that. And with the 5th round pick, with the last and final pick, the Eagles had a couple other picks, and they were able to get this guy here, the quarterback from University of Northwestern, quarterback Clayton Thorson. The guy is 6'4", 222 pounds. Pick number 167 with the 5th round pick of the NFL Draft 2019. This guy has the chance to learn behind 2 other quarterbacks. That's Suttonfield and Wentz. Now, this guy was a 4-year starter also. And he did a magnificent job as far as touchdowns and interception ratio. If you've seen some of his footage, you see him throwing balls extraordinarily well. He has the ability to throw the ball deep downfield from the 20-yard line past the 50-yard line to get to a receiver or tight end, depending on who's out in the open field. He has the ability to get the ball to those guys. And he's able to also to avoid hits and wipes or whatever that defensive lineman or linebacker said they're going to put on him. He has the ability to avoid those. He's very athletic. He can also run with the football in his hands. He has ran quite a bit at Northwestern. So he's very athletic. So overall, that's all I can say about those guys. Overall, I give the Eagles a A- because even though we needed another cornerback, another safety, and a linebacker, the Eagles weren't able to get none of that. But when the rookie free agents, the ones that wasn't signed or wasn't drafted, the Eagles were able to get quite a few of those guys. And I'm going to make a video on that one in the coming weeks. In the coming days. Not weeks, coming days. And I got to get that together and make sure that you guys get a good understanding of what's going on in the NFL as far as the Philadelphia Eagles concerned and what the coaches are thinking. So this video is about the 2019 NFL Draft. Then part of my second video that I've done on the draft. The last year's video should be on my channel. If not, I can probably resurface it, but I hope I don't have to. It should be on my channel. And anyway, this is your boy signing out, giving you the specific details of the Philadelphia Eagles 2019 NFL Draft. All 5 guys that were drafted, they got them. They did some swaps here and there to move up or move down, and that's basically all I can say. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up and give me a comment below and subscribe to my channel. This is your boy giving you the updates of the Philadelphia Eagles draft class. Peace. 2019 Philadelphia Eagles, baby.